Hey everyone, welcome to Wild Breakaway with Mike Greenlay. I'm Audra Martin. Tonight was finally an actual must-win game for the Minnesota Wild, and they got it done in a huge way. A dominant 5-1 win over the visiting Winnipeg Jets, who were first place in the division. They get the 5-game sweep in a huge win, and they control their part of the playoff equation, which was great to see, especially here on home ice.
And that's great to see. I mean, you have a lot of young guys in this lineup. You have guys that are coming back from injury. I mean, this is the kind of game where, you know, you look and you say, when we needed to win, we put together a very good effort all the way up and down the lineup. Devin Dubnyk played really well. Defensively, the Wild played pretty well. You know, this was a great game to see everybody kind of step up in places where they needed to. Zach Parise coming back after 4 games off due to injury. He's certainly not 100%, and he comes in and he pots 2 goals very quickly in this game, showing you that, you know, this game is a lot about heart. It's a lot about effort, and when you have a guy like that come back in the lineup and do that, it's easy to follow along behind him, and everyone really did.
Yeah, we always talk about how this team is a better team with Zach Parise. And the lineup tonight was a perfect example of that as he got things going with those 2 goals in the first period of the game. The Wild get the job done despite being outshot by the Jets, despite being dominated in the faceoff circle by the Jets, and without getting a power play goal. But of course, a big thing, they were able to shut down the Jets' dominant power play. All in all, a big 2 points for the Minnesota Wild, who were able to control their part of the situation, and they have a happy head coach because of it.
But I mean, the good news is that, and I was proud of the guys didn't quit. I mean, they just, you know, their backs are right up against the wall, and they didn't quit, and I don't anticipate them to quit on Thursday in Boston or Saturday in Dallas. Reality is that even Scotty Bowman, and not put myself in that category, but everybody misses it, you know. So I mean, if you miss it, you just get madder next year, and you at least know what it feels like, and you don't ever want that feeling again.
So now there are just 2 games remaining in the regular season for the Minnesota Wild, and it starts Thursday with the visiting Boston Bruins, and then the regular season will come to an end on the road with the Central Division showdown against the Dallas Stars on Saturday. First up, though, the Boston Bruins, who just clinched 2nd place in the Atlantic Division, will come in here, obviously feeling pretty good about their situation, and the Minnesota Wild, you know, regardless of what happens the rest of the night here. It's 2 games left to go in the regular season, you know, that they still are going to need to put a good effort out there for a full 60 minutes.
You know, if you're going to be a professional athlete or professional hockey player, you got to play hard regardless of what the game means. You have to come out there and show that you respect the game, that you respect your teammates, and you respect yourself. So we'll be looking, regardless of what the situation is on Thursday, for them to come out against a pretty good team. I mean, the Boston Bruins certainly have earned everything that they've gotten this season. They have nothing really to play for in terms of standings. They're not going to catch Tampa Bay. Toronto's not going to catch Boston. So Boston's in a situation, they may or may not rest guys, depending on how their team sits out right now. But they have an incredible team. They have a solid top line with Marchand, who hit 100 points this season. You know, they have Pasternak on the other side with 78 points. Bergeron in the middle of that line with 79 points. So they have plenty of scoring up front. They have plenty of good defensive posture throughout their lineup, not just on defense. So, you know, this is going to be a very tough team. We'll see how the Wild fare against them, but you always come out and play hard no matter what the circumstance.
Yeah, and Thursday also marks the return of Charlie Coyle back here to the XL Energy Center for the home finale of the 2018-2019 season for the Minnesota Wild. Here we are. It has come and gone quite quickly. We'll see how it ends on home ice on Thursday. We look forward to seeing you then. For Mike Greenlay, I'm Audra Martin. Thanks for joining us tonight on Wild Breakaway.